Hi guys, just wanted to do a quick video blog today. So something that comes up for me a lot in the work that I do is people ask me questions about how to find your purpose. And it's a very good question to ask. It's probably one of the most significant questions you'll ever ask about yourself. What is my purpose? And there's a famous quote by Mark Twain, and he said that two most important days of your life are the day you're born and the day you find out why. And I think that's a beautiful quote to sum up the importance of discovering what your purpose is. But in all honesty, I think we all have an innate purpose. I've never found somebody that didn't have a purpose. I think what we have oftentimes is we have a lot of injected ideas and values and beliefs that other people have told us that this is who we should be and this is how we should be and this is what our purpose should be. And so we get caught up in a lot of these ideas and different trends that come up around find your purpose. So what I'd like to do in this video is just to talk a little bit about how I help clients find their purpose. Okay, so the number one thing to think about is purpose is defined by the things that give your life the most meaning. Okay, so what in your life that you do in your day-to-day life, what are the things that you do that make you feel the most meaningful, like make you feel like connected to yourself and others, make you feel a sense of love? What are the things that you love to do? Okay, so your values are a big part of purpose. Like when we understand what our highest values are, the things that we love doing most are, and we put those at the top of the list, by definition, we're living our life purpose. So often what happens is, first of all, I find a lot of people don't really understand what their values are. They have this, what I call injected belief systems and about their values, injected value systems, of value systems that they've gotten that they think they have, where the reality, when they actually look at their life and where they spend their time and their energy and their money, they discover that they have very different values in reality than what they think they have. So first of all, in order to understand how our purpose in life, we have to understand what are the things that give our life meaning, and we do that for understanding our value systems and human values. Looking at our life and looking at where do we spend most time, energy, and money in our life. What are the things that are most important to us? And what does our life demonstrate? Okay? And that's how we kind of start getting a bit of an idea of what our true values are, the things that are most important to us, that we demonstrate in our life. And, the true, I guess, purpose of life, in my opinion, is to do what we love and to love what we do. And it doesn't matter what form that takes. I mean, there's so many different purposes that people have that are fulfilling and rewarding for them that may not be fulfilling for the next person. And that's perfectly okay, because everyone's purpose is what I would call fingerprint specific. It's unique to you and me and every individual person. So it's not something that is generic or that you can fit into someone else's box. It is unique to you. And so this is where, by identifying your unique values, the things you love doing, the things that you spend the most time, energy, and money doing, and the things that make you feel most attuned with yourself, that you feel the most love for yourself and others, they're always good indications intuitively that are like your inner guiding intuition, your inner guidance system. That's part of the way that that's the things that are most important or most meaningful to you or for you, which then is obviously very much aligned with your purpose. So one of the questions I love to ask people about finding their purpose is, if you only had 1 year to live, what would you do? How would you show up in the world? What would you do? Would you quit your job? Would you go off on your own? What would you do differently if you only had 1 year to live? What would be the most important things for you to do in that 1 year if you only had 1 year to live? And the reason why this is such a powerful question is because it really cuts through a lot of the injected beliefs and ideas that we get pushed onto us and indoctrinated into us by other people. And it gets us straight back to the core of, what is most meaningful and important for me to do in my life with this 1 year that I have left. And that will also start to cut through a lot of the fear that you have maybe potentially around, unveiling what your purpose is and what gives your life meaning. And there are lots of different areas and values in our life that we can give our life meaning. Some people get a very strong sense of value and meaning, and their purpose is all around family and, loving their family and spending time with their family. And that could be their highest value, the thing that's most important to them. Other people, it's their business, and they have a business mission of, reaching a lot of people and having a big impact on the world through their business. That might be their business mission. That might be their highest value. And for some people, it might be something completely different, like traveling or going on adventures or seeing the world, whatever it is. If you only had 1 year to live, what would you do differently to what you're doing now? How would your life look like? How would it change, if you only had 1 year to live? What would you do differently? What are the things that are the top 10 things that you would do in that time that are most important for you to do? So that's just some things to think about around how to find your purpose and understanding what our purpose is. It's about our values, the things we love doing, on our core level, it's about our deeper truth of who we are and why we feel like we're here and what we're here to experience, if that makes sense, on a spiritual level. So I hope that gives you some ideas. Please like and share this video, and let me know in the comments what you think about some of those things that I've talked about. I'd love to hear your perspective. So thanks for tuning in, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.